Hi folk, James here from Hidden Gems of Zambia again, and this morning we're talking about one of my favourite topics, and that is Livingstone, and how to put Livingstone successfully into travel packages to Zambia that actually convert. And we've got a very strong opinion about where Livingstone should and shouldn't feature due to the work and the research we've done on trips that actually do confirm and do work. And let me tell you straight up, that if you're relying on Livingstone to promote Zambia as a country, or if you're using Livingstone as a major pull to go to Zambia, you're missing a trick. Because in over 1,000 confirmed quotes, only 11% of those quotes featured Livingstone. And that's not because Livingstone's bad, and that's not because there aren't great options there. That's actually got to do with the way travel routes, logistics, and packages work best in Zambia. So the purpose of this morning's video is to help you learn where to place Livingstone in a way that helps you sell more trips to Zambia, because it's got a wonderful offering, but it needs to be put in the right place. And for us, Livingstone is an excellent option for clients who've got a long set of travel logistics getting into Zambia. It couldn't be better to have 2-3 nights in Livingstone relaxing, getting your mindset right for a lovely safari through Zambia. The other way that Livingstone works really well is as a 2-3 night break at the end of your travels when you just want to unwind after 10 days worth of safari. And that's the context that we've seen Livingstone work really well. So we want to speak a little bit more about that this morning. What we're finding is the best way to package Livingstone and to sell it to your clients is to identify two types of clients. And what I mean by that is you need to work out whether your client is more interested in visiting Livingstone for the activities and the adventure, or whether your client is going to be looking for more of a restful, relaxing stay. Because generally, we tend to break up a sale of Livingstone into those two categories. You've got your properties that are closer to the falls, and that's where you would like to send clients who are keen on the hustle and bustle. They want to be busy all the time. They want to bungee jump and whitewater raft and see the falls in different angles, from the air, from the bottom, from the side, jump in the pools. They don't mind the noise. They don't mind the busyness. They're there for the adventure and the fun. And if that's where your client sits, then we've got a number of different options at different budget levels that will accommodate that client. And you're going to be looking to put that client into Livingstone for 2-3 nights, usually at the start of their safari. On the other hand, you've got a client who has been on the road for a while. They've been to a number of different safari parks and camps, and they're actually looking for a bit of peace and quiet and tranquility. And there you've got a wonderful opportunity to have them spend 2 or 3 nights at some of the properties that are on the outskirts of Livingstone, further up the river. Beautiful river-based properties, excellent service, wonderful facilities. They're going to offer a restful, relaxing, peaceful stay on the river. If they want to go and see the falls, they'll be able to do that, but generally they're going to be out of the town, out of the hustle and bustle, and they're going to be relaxing and unwinding before they fly home. And like I said, that client, ideally, you want to be putting a Livingstone experience at the back end of their trip. And again, there's a number of different options at a variety of budget levels for that client. So really and truly, we find Livingstone a very simple sell. It needs to be at the beginning or at the end of a safari, and you need to just be working out whether that's an action junkie, adventure-seeking client, or someone looking for a restful, relaxing stay before they travel home. So having worked out what type of client you've got, another important point just to finish off with on Livingstone is just remember as well what your extended travel plans are going to be for the client. Bear in mind that from Livingstone, if they're driving out of Livingstone with road transfers, you're really going to be limited to safari experiences into the southern Kafue and then up north through the Kafue. Otherwise, if they're looking to get into Lower Zambezi and South Luangwa, we're going to be using the ProFlight scheduled charters, and by and large, those are going to go via Lusaka. So you are in for a longer travel day. It's just something you need to factor in an itinerary, that you're not trying to cram in too much too close to Livingstone, because getting out of Livingstone into the bigger safari parks does take time unless you're driving up into the southern Kafue. So like I said, folks, really important part of Zambia, but it must be sold correctly. We don't believe clients come all the way to Zambia to see the Victoria Falls. We believe they add the Victoria Falls onto Zambia. And I think if you sell it that way, you're going to find your confirmation rates go up dramatically. Thanks again for joining us. We're off to the Lower Zambezi in the next video, which is arguably one of the gems of Zambia. And there's some amazing properties and adventures there, which we're going to share a little bit more about for you in the next next video. Thanks again.